This small, inexpensive part has the potential for saving you hundreds of dollars in repairs on your Toyota. In this video, I'm going to show you what it is, why you need it, and exactly how to install it. This is an all too common sight, the dreaded Christmas tree of dash warning lights. Now, the best thing you can do when these lights come on your vehicle is take it to your trusted mechanic, have them hook up their very expensive scan tool, and they can determine what's wrong with your vehicle. Do not go on a Facebook group, post a picture, and ask thousands of random strangers what's wrong. You will get dozens and dozens of answers. Most, if not all, will be totally wrong. However, a very common cause for some of these lights to come on is, especially if you just got done off-roading or working on your suspension, it may be an issue with a wheel speed sensor or that sensor's wire. This is one of those sensors on our 4Runner. As you can see, it's placed right out in the open. A kicked up rock or branch can easily damage it, especially in water crossings where you have floating debris, or when you're breaking through ice, a chunk of ice can easily come up here, take it right out. These little parts are made to cover those sensors and add a little protection to the wire where it comes out. They're made out of solid billet aluminum by a company called SDHQ. We put a link to them down below in the video description. They come in a set of 4 with all the necessary longer bolts, and they are crazy simple to install. The only tools needed are a 10mm socket, a couple of 10mm wrenches, a 5mm Allen wrench, and a little blue Loctite. So let's start at the front because I'm already sitting here. Here, all you have to do is take out the bolt holding the sensor to the knuckle or spindle. You don't have to take the sensor out. 10mm socket. The parts are labeled A for driver's side, B for passenger side. In the kit, SDHQ provides different length bolts, and which length you need varies between models and years. We put a chart which tells you which to use for your particular Toyota down in the video description. Then just take the guard, put it up over the sensor, and using that same hole that you took that bolt out of, take a supplied bolt with a little bit of blue Loctite on it and bolt it in place using your 5mm Allen wrench. Oops. And then torque it to about 6 foot-pounds. You don't want to over tighten these. And that's it. That's all there is to it in the front. Now, let's go do the rears. In the rear, the ABS sensors are somewhat protected by the shocks and the emergency brake cable, but better safe than sorry. We're putting them on here too. Back here, things are a little different. Instead of just a bolt holding that sensor into the axle, there's a stud and a nut. We have to get that stud out of there. To do that, we first take the nut off the stud. Now, I first sprayed this down with some PB Blaster. 10mm socket. And they usually come right off. Unlike the front, we do have to pull the sensor out of the axle housing. Now, you don't have to unplug the wire from it. Just get a hold of it good. Maybe give it a little twist and pull it straight out. Just like that. And set that off to the side. In the kit from SDHQ, they supply 2 small nuts. We're going to thread both of these onto that stud. Then, using the two 10mm wrenches we have, we're going to tighten those two nuts together onto that stud. So they're right up against each other, nice and tight. Then, just take one of those wrenches, put it on the bottom side nut, and that should pull that stud out. Should get it turning, and it is. Now if you're having trouble with this stud coming out, I would not put a whole lot of pressure on it, because the last thing you want to do is break it off. So just sit back a little bit, put some more PB Blaster on it, go drink a beer, let it soak in, whatever you have to do, but don't put too much pressure on this stud, because it's small and it will break off. So just pull that the rest of the way out. And there is that little stud. Now we can put that sensor back in. Make sure it's cleaned off first, and be really careful with these. They're very expensive to replace. Just carefully push that down in there until it seats. And now it's just like the front. Put the guard up there, take the supplied bolt, which for our 5th gen 4Runner, it's a 2017, we use the 40mm bolts. Little blue Loctite on the bolt, bolt it right on. And again, just tighten it up to about 6 foot-pounds of torque. And there we go. It really is that simple. It really is that easy. This can be done out in your driveway in about an hour's time. If you like this video, please hit that like button. That helps us get this video out to more people. And please consider subscribing to our channel.